Peace, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. And yeah, I wanted to speak on something because it's just something that I keep witnessing. I'm noticing this element, dynamic, whatever you want to call it. You know, you got people making these videos about American so-called blacks versus immigrant blacks. You know, black people from other places, or just immigrants. Period. And then, you know, Haiti has been on the forefront a lot because, you know, like a Haitian, somebody said something that was, you know, in reference to like, you know, American so-called blacks shouldn't get reparations, things of that nature. So there's been a lot of negative feedback after that woman made that statement, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of stuff around that subject, and I think, you know, most of us know about it, right? But I just was watching, you know, but, you know, me being a person that has a little bit more knowledge about certain things than the average person, you know, and me being a Moorish American, me knowing about my true history as a, you know, here in this country and the world period, you know, I do understand the connection between the islands, the Big Rock, which is called the United States now. We all do have a connection. We have a genetic connection. We have a political connection based on true history, not fake history. Now, dividing and conquering, I don't want all that. I ain't talking about all that. You know, coming together. You know, all that. Yeah, but we've been split apart from each other for a very long time, to the point where as though people don't remember. People don't remember what the past really was. You know, the more if you study more, you'll learn about certain things. Haiti being a superpower, or a base of a superpower in the past. If you really just go into certain things, you know, the Moorish past of America, period, you will find that all of these things is connected. All of these lands is connected, politically connected, genetically connected by the original people of these lands. And you know, even with Colombia, you know, Colombia had a thing, and Haiti assisted with that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta weed a lot of things out. You know, Colombia, the goddess Columbia, is an American deity, an American god, right? Okay, Columbia. Truth be told, a lot of the land of the continent of what's called America, whether it be North or South, it was a time when Columbia. Why do you think DC? DC is the District of Columbia, District of the Goddess of Columbia. All of that stuff is coded, and it's coded, and people is ignorant to that fact. So, you know, you just think Columbia is a short for Columbus. You know, Columbus discovered America and all that. No, Columbia is an American goddess. So the land was called Columbia. The Statue of Liberty is you know, that's Columbia. If you here in Philadelphia, I'm in Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. If you go down to the Memorial Hall, it's Please Touch Museum now. On the top, there's a statue on the top of that old world building. That's Columbia. Columbia is represented by so many different things. You know, statues, Columbia. Do your research on Columbia. But what I'm saying is, all of this stuff in the past, in the old world, was connected. All of these stuff, you know, America is my mother. So what I'm just saying is, so whether, I don't care what island or whatever, it's all my mama, it's all my mother, right? And vice versa. You know, there are some political ins and outs with different things, you know, in this world order that we've been living in. But, and I'm not saying, what I'm saying is, justice is going to prevail. And in order for everybody to get get their rights, justice has to prevail. if I was if I wanted to go to Haiti or Jamaica or Cuba or Puerto Rico, whatever, one of these places, and I was seeking like sanctuary, I gotta respect the people. I gotta respect the land, and I gotta respect the people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, focusing animosity towards the people of this particular part of the land is it's not good, and it's not gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, being ignorant, I'm just saying, as the more I know what time it is, with the past, the present, and the so-called future, right? So I don't, you know what I mean? But what you want, we trying to figure it out on a personal level. You got to figure it out for yourself first, and then like all of the group stuff and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But the confusion is people don't have no knowledge. I just gave you some keys. Colombia is a key to let you know what America is, what it was, and what it's always gonna be. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected. We're all connected. This ain't no white and black thing. It's not. You got deceivers on all sides. The people, come on, we started it, we maintaining it, and we're gonna continue to maintain. Meaning, dark-skinned people, melanated people. But I just, put that out there. Learn about that. Find out what Columbia, that is a key. That's kind of like one of the keys. Figure it out. Yeah, figure it out. But don't put too much energy. See, I'm expelling energy on this subject. But I do want to alert my family to become aware, because a lot of, like, I don't want, because I know people get upset, and I don't want to upset nobody. But even going back, if you go back to the Revolutionary War, and they always tell us in the mainstream history about Hessian soldiers, right? They was German soldiers. But guess what? Hessian soldiers, Haitian soldiers, okay. But guess what? We talking about, this is the Moorish Empire back then, right? Okay. If you know anything about true history, you know that Germans 250, 300 years ago, they didn't speak the German that you hear Germans speak now. They, that wasn't the language of Germans back then. You know what the language was of the Germans back then? In the 1700s, during the Revolutionary War, French is the language that Germans spoke back then. So it's up to you to put the pieces together. You know what I mean? And then you got people on different levels of knowledge and different levels of ignorance. You know what I mean? Most of us that are, the colonizers, or the people that came and colonized, that came from Europe, came from Europa, these were melanated people. These was so-called black people, just for lack of a better word to make everybody understand. These was not who you think they were, from Hollywood. These was, and most of the people, you had a lot of Moors from Europe, Huguenots, all these different kind of names, Huguenots, but they was Moors, Jacobites, all this different stuff. They came to the mainland, which is called the United States now, and 9 times out of 10 they found a woman here. So a lot of us have, most of us have that type of lineage. We got a original, a grandmother that was original to the land, and we got a grandfather that's from Europa. Period. We was always related. So it's not like it was like this conquering thing. It was this family coming. We had family on both sides. Scotland, Ireland. We are all of that. Irish, Scottish. This is who we are. But if you don't know about that, you just gonna think, and you still got niggas thinking they come from Africa. People still ain't figured out that they don't come from Africa, or that they're not black, because there's no such thing as black people. Figure it out.